Meeting to order. Take the roll, please.
Bellotta. Adamick. Anderson. Deutsch. Singer. Lori Smith. Weigel. Drayle. Riley. Wisniewski. Costa. Mayor. Trainier. Blackburn. Goodson. Brian Smith. Gould. May. Rozak. Konecki. Seiler. Brooks. Stewart. Winfrey. Babbage. Wilhelmie. Mustis.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Mr. Bellotta, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Bellotta. We have no minutes to approve this morning. There's any old business to bring forward? Okay, then under new business, we're going to discuss video gaming, specifically video poker that would be allowed on a local basis. But there is first let me say that, this meeting really is more about how we're going to go forward, how we're going to structure our decision-making. I do think we should have some public hearings, for example. We should assign this to a committee. Probably the executive committee would be the best committee to assign it to, because it's a large committee. It does meet twice a month. And through the executive committee, perhaps we would schedule public hearings on this issue. And then, of course, I think we'd come back to the committee of the whole. This is going to be part of a process. I certainly think we would like to hear from our sheriff, from our state's attorney on this issue, and from the executive's office. The executive office regulates or oversees liquor licenses for the county. My understanding is that there's 56 licenses that would probably qualify. Matt, is that about right?
Actually, the only ones that qualify are those that consume alcohol.
On site, okay.
44.
Okay, around 44, 45, spread out throughout the county. Now, I've already expressed my view on this, and certainly I want to open this up to everyone. I think it's a bad idea. I just think introducing gambling on a very local level is a bad idea. Doesn't mean I'm against gaming. For those people who want to go to a casino in a very controlled environment, and that's their intent, is to go there and to game. I'm not crazy about it personally, but I'm not against it. I'm probably opposed to most gambling. And I've been to Las Vegas, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm like most people, I've probably thrown a few bucks in those slot machines at some point in Las Vegas. Well, I'm sure I have. So this is not about, I don't think, necessarily whether your overall view of gaming. It's about introducing gaming in bars on a local level, where it's not a gaming designation necessarily. It's, I would assume it's an adult beverage designation. And I probably have a even more of a concern about video poker, because the more I read about specifically video poker, I read one article where it's referred to as the crack cocaine of gaming. And that I'm not here, I'm just, so now we're looking at perhaps not only introducing it at a local level, but introducing what may be one of the most addictive types of gambling on a local level. I also, as a county that's over 800 square miles, I don't know how we'd regulate. I think we'd have difficulty, so I think we should hear from the sheriff and the state's attorney and the executive's office, and I think we should hear from the public on this. So, and we're still waiting for regulations. which just kind of surprises me. It's like you would think that a state that's already in gaming and in lottery wouldn't have a real difficult time writing rules, wouldn't you? So what are they up to? I mean, that makes me even more suspicious, by the way. So I'm going to open this up. I know people who have signed up to speak, and we will allow that. We'll of course allow that. But we are going to have some additional public hearings, so it won't be the public's only time to address the issue on either side of the issue, because I'm sure, perhaps bar owners will come and tell me how they're going to need this to survive or whatever, or it's great for their pocketbooks. So, so I'm going to first, perhaps, let me open it up to the public comment first. We'll get through that because that may help board members, I think, then address issues they may have. So,
Kathy Gilroy.
Kathy Gilroy, would you like to say a few words?
If she could come down to the podium.
Yeah, you come down to the podium here, ma'am. When you come down, you can state your name, and if you're representing any organization, you can also state that.
Hi, my name is Kathy Gilroy, and I'm a citizen. I don't represent any particular organization. I volunteer with a number of organizations. But in Will County, there are places to go to gamble, and there's no lines waiting outside to get in for the machines. So I would like to, because she can't be here, read an excerpt from A Mother's Story by Phyllis Weinberg. Our son died by suicide, resulting from the senseless expansion of legalized gambling into our communities. I am compelled to speak out because our son and family could be any child and family in North America. 2 years before our son died, in 1995, at the age of 25, the government of Quebec chose to increase the accessibility to electronic gambling machines by placing over 15,000 of them into more than 4,000 venues. Our son could not escape them when he attended college in downtown Montreal. He could not escape them when he worked part-time, where they could be found in a restaurant across the street. He could not escape them when he joined his friends for a game of billiards or bowling. He could not escape them in his last full-time occupation, where they could be found in the nearby hotel complex. The machines cleaned him out of his hard-earned wages each and every week. Recognizing the problems his addiction to the video gambling machines were causing him, he attended Gamblers Anonymous meetings. He celebrated his first-year anniversary at GA and thought he was cured. Although we attended Gamanon, the anonymity and secrecy imposed on the gamblers only led to our family's failure to understand the issues. We were never provided with the proper information concerning the deceptive and addictive qualities of electronic gambling. We were never advised of the issue of relapse and suicide as an ever-present danger, especially amongst machine gamblers. Unfortunately, unknown to us, our son succumbed to the gambling machines one more time. Our son had established a GA meeting in our community for younger gamblers just 2 weeks before his death. In the last year of his life, he did not appear to be depressed. He never cried. He never shared his problems with us, even though we encouraged him to do so. He did not ask us to bail him out financially. He died in his car in the garage of our family home. We discovered he was 3 months behind on his car payments. I became obsessed with finding out why a fine, sensitive, ambitious young man with a zest for life and a promising future would die by suicide in the prime of his life. My struggle has led me to the unfathomable realization that it is our own governments who are preying on their citizens, the young, the old, the weak, and the vulnerable. My struggles led me to the unimaginable realization that a gambling machine can cause such hardship that for thousands, suicide seems like the only way out. How can our governments encourage policy that subordinates health to profits? The risks created by the legalized expansion of gambling are real. Risks to public safety are real. We must have zero tolerance for preventable harm. Our public policy must promote the dignity and sanctity of all human life. There are places to go to play the machines. Please pass a ban on neighborhood gambling. Thank you.